Waz opening conference play, 1-0. Just what did you see from your guys tonight?
I saw good pitching and just clean baseball. I thought we played a well-rounded game, and we played good defense, timely hitting. We moved the ball around the field. First run was, just really good situational hitting, and then we had a couple of big swings. The swings, off of that guy, probably the most impressive thing were the best swings were all to the middle of the opposite field, and that was something that I know was a point of emphasis going into the week with Coach Mark and the offensive coaches, and the guys bought in, and they did a nice job of that.
Go ahead.
What did you think of Jason's swing and miss stuff today?
Well, I don't know. I think he struck eight guys out or something like that in the 4 innings. I mean, his pitch count got up there, but when you're striking guys out, your pitch count's going to get up there. I thought that was the best that the ball came out of his hand all year so far, and it's a tremendous sign.
Bullpen, you guys issued 9 free passes, but you're able to get out of some jams. What did you see from those guys?
Yeah, some of them were, pitching around a guy here and there, and so, that wasn't alarming for me at all. I really just liked what we saw with the competitiveness, and those guys made big pitches when they needed to.
The emphasis of going the other way, was that a carryover from last week?
I'll just say that we worked on it a lot this week in preparation for this weekend with specifically their starter today.
With Grinsell in the 6th inning, if he doesn't, get that, or if he walks a guy and then you guys keep him in, if he had gotten that first out, would you have kept him in as well? Or
never know, he could have finished the game.
Fair. What did you see from Matt Dallas today, just specifically on him?
Just competitor. The guy fills up the strike zone. He's got good sink to his ball, and I thought he had exceptional sink today. I'll see it on the tape later and see if I'm right on that, but the swings against him were poor overall, and he's just super competitive, and he's a guy that we've learned to be able to trust.
That balk call in the 6 on UCLA, was that just him not throwing to the base, him throwing to the guy at third?
Yeah, by rule it just says that you have to, when you're throwing to a base, you have to throw not only to a base, but make an attempt on retiring a base runner. And in that play, that's why the umpire ruled the way he was. That it didn't happen, and so the umpire was correct in his evaluation.
You moved Riku to right field during the game. What went into that decision?
Well, Riku's a heck of a player, and Garrotti is a heck of a player as well, and so he went into shortstop because he's an awesome shortstop. And shoot, we could have moved Riku over to left field and taken Tanner Smith out of the game in the 9th inning, to where if for whatever reason in a 4-run game, if we were to spit the bit, and then Riku could have been leading off the bottom of the 9th. We considered doing that as well, but we just hadn't worked Riku in left field as much as we'd worked him in right field. We just have a lot of different pieces, and we want to make sure that we're maximizing our pieces, and then to be able to put Bryce in at the end for Riku specifically, it was just simply because he's played a lot more outfield, and if we were to miss a ball or misplay a ball in the outfield, I'd sleep better if it was Betcher than a guy that hasn't played as much outfield as Bryce.
You guys bring in Austin Anderson first out of the bullpen. Just what went into that decision, and what have you seen from him to have the trust in him to put him in that spot?
Just probably a lot of the matchups when Austin was coming in the game, we felt, Coach Angier specifically felt like that was really the time for him. Austin's been really good when we've brought him in. So I think Coach Angier was correct in his evaluation of when to bring him in, and he did a nice job.
Did this game have a little bit more of an intensity level because it is a Pac-12 opponent, it's the beginning of Pac-12 play, and it's number 16 UCLA?
Nah, maybe. I don't know. You'd have to ask the guys. I don't know. For us, we just focus on getting better every day, and we talked about before the game, if we play the game well, then we'll win. And so we just wanted to play the game well. It wasn't really about an opponent.
Diodati gets his first home run of the season and his first as a Duck. Just from your perspective, just seeing that ball leave, how much do you think that got some weight off of his shoulders from how he's been hitting so far this year?
Well, he's been a little bit of a hard luck guy. He's lined out sometimes and stuff like that, and he's done a nice job. To get that swing off was great. Drew Calley hit a ball out and they brought it back. Jacob Walsh hit a ball out and they brought it back. So I wasn't real happy that the fence was short today. I would have liked it to be a little taller or whatever because they brought those balls back. But just impressed with the guys with their approach today, and it worked, and they stuck with it all game. It was good.
This is the 3rd straight win with the new lineup changes. I know we asked last week about, do you think that'll have a positive effect? What do you think of it now, and just going against a pitcher like Jake Brooks today in UCLA?
He's a really good pitcher, and it required a lot of discipline for our hitters to do what they did. It's one game. It's we've done it now a few times in a row, which is nice. Tomorrow they they throw their best arm starter tomorrow. The guy's got a bazooka, and he'll run the ball up to 96, 97 miles an hour with a heck of a breaking ball, and people need to come out and watch that guy pitch, and hopefully the Ducks beat him. I mean, he's really good, and so we're going to need to be on our game, not only against him, but their Sunday starter's really good too. I mean, UCLA's done a nice job of accumulating pitching, and Coach Savage is very good at what he does. And so we need to be on point for us to be able to beat good programs, and they're a good program.
Malairis had a short stint today. Just what did you see from him, and would he be available to go tomorrow if necessary?
Yeah, he only threw 12 pitches. All the guys that threw today would be able to go tomorrow because we kept the pitch counts down, and that's really good to be able to keep the bullpen fresh. They needed to work. We didn't have midweek games and stuff like that, and so those guys need to get in there and they need to pitch. Baseball's meant for those guys to be out there about every other day or every third day at least. And with no midweek games this week, you don't want to see those guys get rusty.